So many of you know about the two leading sports shows on television today, or at least used to be leading sports shows, and that is ESPN's First Take and FS1's Undisputed, formerly known as Skip and Shannon Undisputed, okay? A lot of us will bear witness to some of the situations that led to the inevitable parting of ways between Skip and Shannon Sharpe. Well, since Shannon Sharpe left in summer of 2023 last year, Shannon Sharpe has gone on to have two very successful podcasts. In total, he has over more than, I think, 4 or 5 million subscribers on YouTube, and he is now one of the leading co-hosts on the show First Take. He was brought in by none other than Stephen A. Smith. Of course, we know he's number one up there at the network. And well, on the other side of that, Skip Bayless has had a round or a revolving door of other co-hosts, which has led to the demise or seemingly inevitable demise of Undisputed. It seems like Shannon Sharpe was the heart of the show, and now that's gone. Well, Undisputed is on life support, and we got to talk about it today because Fox might be pulling the proverbial plug on Undisputed, all right? So let's get into it, all right? Without further ado, welcome to Normieville.
I can't say anymore. I'm probably already in trouble for mentioning it to a, well, we call you normies.
As you can see here, this is from YardBreaker. The title says, is FS1's Undisputed headed toward cancellation? Yes, sir. Cancellation. That's a big word, right? Might be getting the axe. Now, if you notice, just last month, I want to bring you something to your attention. Last month, this was the headline of Undisputed. See this right here? This was March 3rd of this year, just only almost a month to the day. Skip Bayless Undisputed hits historically low numbers with just 50,000 viewers, while First Take Shannon Sharpe averaged over 460,000 views on the same day.
No, God! No, God, please, no!
Ain't no way. Ain't no fucking way.
Now, we'll leave a link to both of these articles in the description box, but essentially, Undisputed has been, the views of this show has been getting lower and lower and lower. I remember when Shannon Sharpe left, I think they took like a month or two hiatus while they were trying to figure out how they were going to run the show. And now they have Keyshawn Johnson, they have Michael Irvin, who else? The cornerback, I forgot his name, but y'all know who him. He's very famous, a smart guy. And so they also had Lil Wayne on there, I think, every Friday. They just recently brought on Paul Pierce. And they're doing everything they can on all these people on the show in an attempt to try to keep it live. They try to keep it interesting. And to be honest with you, it's just not working, all right? Now, let's read this article and see what is the new low viewership number for this show and the talk around FS1, all right? Let's dig in. FS1's Undisputed has hit a new low, which doesn't bode well for the debate show or Skip Bayless' future. Per John Lewis of Sports Media Watch, Undisputed averaged, listen up, it averaged 48K viewers on March 28th. Wait a minute. 48, that was 50 last month. Today's the 3rd of April, the time of this recording. That is a month to the day. They are going down, steady decline of viewership, all right? 48K views on March 28th, the show's lowest audience since a return from a hiatus last year. Remember that this isn't a low. Remember that this isn't a slow period for the sports world. The NCAA tournament and NBA playoff race are in full swing. The NBA draft speculation is also heating up. Yes, all three of these at the same time. The Final Four is going on, the women's Final Four. The NBA playoffs is heating up. Okay, they're trying to get their placements for the upcoming playoffs, all right? And everybody's talking about Caleb Williams and other people that's going to the draft this year. So there's a lot of news brewing around in the sports world. Enough to cover, enough to be interesting to people that want to watch. And this show, Undisputed, is still not getting the viewership with all this stuff going on. Enough to talk about for any show. The show has struggled since Bayless' former co-host Shannon Sharpe left and joined ESPN's First Take. It added panelists such as Richard Sherman, that's his name, I forgot, Michael Irvin, and Keyshawn Johnson, but each failed to establish themselves as a clear replacement for Sharp. No. Now, while all these gentlemen do have sports experience, both in football and basketball, and are general athletes that can talk about pretty much any subject, right, depending on what perspective you're talking about from, right? They have failed to garner the viewership, to garner the interest of the viewers, right? I'm sorry, but most of these shows, they need 2 permanent hosts to have a permanent, back and forth conversation. And they don't have to agree with everything, but it has to be lively, it has to be interesting, it has to be informative. And to be honest, these guys are on there, and while they're athletes, they just haven't been able to bring that same flavor, that same, camaraderie, if you will, that Shannon and Skip brought. Now, Shannon went over to Undisputed, to First Take, and him and Stephen A, they're clicking. They're actually clicking with the moderator and everybody, Molly and all them. It's going like clockwork. Okay, and of course they got their revolving hosts that come on and do the same thing, talk about specific sports, specific topics, right? They have the insiders that come on, just like any other show, just like Undisputed. But Undisputed is not working. I remember when I first started watching Undisputed, it was great. It was wonderful. I actually started watching that more. I actually started watching First Take for a while to watch Undisputed. Sadly enough, I've gone back to First Take now, right? This was apparent during the 2023 NFL season. According to Mike McCarthy of Front Office Sports, First Take averaged 554K viewers from September to November, while Undisputed averaged 120,000.
Congratulations! Oh my God.
That is sad. Bayless signed a 4-year, $32 million deal with Fox Sports in 2021. I'm pretty sure he's on his last year now, right? Last year contract. The network probably expected more from the sports commentator. It wouldn't be surprising if it made changes. Now, 2021 is 2024 now. Skip Bayless probably coming up on last year's contract, and people are probably trying to figure out, are we going to keep this show going? Maybe we can give Skip his own show, okay, or some kind of podcast thing similar to what Stephen A. Smith does on YouTube, the Stephen A. Smith Show, which Skip has his own channel on YouTube as well. I don't think he's doing the same amount of numbers as Stephen A. Smith is doing, because Stephen A. Smith is talking about other topics besides basketball. Besides sports in general. He has other hosts on there talking about politics and culture and things of that nature. So Stephen A. Smith Show is actually rising, and I assume by the end of the year, he'll probably be up there with Shannon Sharp in the millions of subscribers, because Stephen A. Smith Show is getting better and better, in my opinion. I watch it more myself, and I've done reactions to his show on his channel. But let's finish the article. Quote, sports networks don't typically make significant changes until the dog days of the late summer. Now, that's the same with when Shannon Sharp left. That was around the summertime as well. But it is hard to see Undisputed surviving the year in its current form, wrote awful announcing Brendan Klein, or Clean, if I'm pronouncing that correctly, Klein.
I'm not going to say what race, what people. We know I can't say that.
Particularly with Bayless in the home stretch of his Fox contract and the rest of the FS1 lineup giving executive numerous solid options to pull from to rejigger the morning show. Rejigger, all right? It's hardly makes sense to keep giving Undisputed a lifeline. Clearly, this show is on its last legs. If FS1 pulls the plug, it is fair to wonder whether Bayless will remain with the network. He probably will not. He'll probably have his own show, because just like Stephen A. Smith, his show, I believe he says is his. I'm sure it's produced by a particular company, but I'm sure he owns most of the rights to his show. Skip Bayless could probably do the same thing and just do a show on his own. Might work, might not, because it's Skip Bayless, all right? But as you can see here, Skip Bayless, like he said, is on the home stretch of his contract, and a lot of networks in general do a lot of changes, executive changes during the summertime, because people are going on vacation more, people are out more, and they might not watch sports as much, because that's also during the summer, there's not a lot of sports going on. The NBA playoffs is over. Football won't be going to preseason until like September. Of course, you got some of the alternative leagues like the UFL and stuff like that that's going on. But for the most part, the sports world for the major sports like NFL, NBA, NHL, You know, things of that nature, NBL, baseball, all that. A lot of the major sports are on a bit of a hiatus, if you will, okay? So they can do maybe most of their changes to the sports shows and it not be that noticeable, right? So, or at least not impact during this. It won't be a big impact during the summer because you can't do it during the middle of the leagues, during playoffs and things of that nature, right? Or preseason. So anyway, with that being said, and college football, by the way, which is one of my favorites. But anyway, y'all see what's going on here, right? Skip Bayless, the show and his contract is on its last leg. I don't know if it's going to continue. To be honest with you, I doubt it will too, because if that number gets any lower, they had 50K last month, they had 48K this month. It's just going to get lower. It's freaking April right now. June, July is right around the corner. I doubt this show will last until the preseason of NFL football, to be honest with you. And again, if they get the axe, I'll be here to cover it, right? But y'all let me know what y'all think down in the comment section. And with that being said, thank you for attending another episode of Normieville. You know me, I'm just a Normie, here to bring you the latest and greatest in sports news, entertainment, and politics. Let me know what you think about the declining show that is Undisputed and Skip Bayless down in the comment section. And please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and the notification bell on your way out of the door. And I will see you on the next video.